Hey everybody! Welcome to PsychFacts. Today, our topic is about 45 signs of introvert personality that may be in you, part 3, last part. Make sure to watch till the end, maybe you would find something useful that you could try. So, let's continue to the next sign. 31. Ambitious. Ambitious seems to be characteristics that are not merely possessed by introverts. But ambitious is indeed part of their lives. They are so ambitious, sometimes they don't sleep all night to achieve what they want. If they have set a target, they will work furiously and try to enjoy the process. This period must not be disturbed by others. This is the time for this personality, and must be completed according to the targeted schedule. 32. Can keep secrets and trust. They are few but qualified friends. They also usually think before they act. The facts above prove that we can share secrets with introverts. At the very least, with these facts, the possibility of them to spread the disgrace of others becomes very little. That's because people usually spread disgrace accidentally, slipped, or unconsciously. Because they prefer quality talks, and have few friends, so it seems there is no time to gossip about people's disgrace. 33. Sometimes feel lonely and alienated. This feature is normal, because everyone must feel lonely. Especially the introvert who is more often alone. But maybe the different causes of loneliness. And the cause of loneliness for them is the saturation of the routine that is done, and also because of the solitude that drags on. What's worse is, they are usually so isolated in their own environment. Maybe close to family, but will not be too close to people of the same age or village who cannot follow the flow of their conversation. If people don't understand what we are talking about, then surely it feels so isolated, don't we? 34. Often doubt when uploading status or photos on social media. If you have cheated someone or uploaded status on social media and you think very hard about the reaction of people who see your status, chances are you are introverted. People with this personality are usually very perfectionist. Everything must be done perfectly, until often doubts will arise about something said or made. Like when writing a chat for someone, first written, deleted, deleted again, written again, until absolutely sure. Or maybe not sent. But if you are sure, that means it is already perfect for him. 35. Has a sharp memory. They are sensitive as said above. It is these characteristics that enable them to remember things so quickly. But even though their memories are fast, sometimes they also forget quickly because the mind is too full of ideas and theories. The memory will usually come back later if someone forces the memory out. When it comes to names of people, places or things, it will usually be very difficult for them to remember. Especially the name. Maybe you realize, sometimes they remember complicated terms, but the names of neighbors or classmates are not memorized. 36. Difficult to be open to others and prefers to bury things. The introvert doubts everything he sees, everything he encounters, even doubts himself. In this case, they will set limits when they meet other people. These limitations make others uncomfortable and find it difficult to get close to them. Every time you talk like there is no problem, expressions and lines of conversation are usually similar every day. They are very good at harboring problems or feelings, no matter how big the problem. In fact, they are reluctant to discuss it with family. That problem will be seen only when they somehow think so hard, regardless of anything. 37. Very good listener. Listening is the key to friendship and problem solving, but most people are more busy expressing their strengths or problems to others. Well, for introverts, they are more likely to absorb more information before saying or saying. Whatever they face, usually they will wait for others to start a conversation, and if no one asks them to talk, yes, they do not talk. Except maybe their brains are too full of something very urgent to tell, like an interesting idea, but not a personal problem. 38. It's hard to make people understand when talking. This feature you may have felt when you have to talk about solving problems or ideas that you have with other people. The person you are talking to then confused about what you mean. It makes you have to explain it over and over in simpler language. That is introverted. Their thinking is too broad and complicated, so when discussed with other people, it becomes complicated by themselves. But strangely, for some reason they can be very clever to convey it in writing. 39. Has a very high focus. If you are interested in something, surely the gravity that is in him will only focus on it. Nothing will distract him from that obsession. Maybe this could be a weakness for them. That's because most people are required to be able to do several things at once, such as speaking while writing or listening while writing. Introverts are not like that. Their brains will be full of thoughts about one thing that makes them just focus on that, and ignore the others. 40. Be frank about things you don't like. Many of the average person usually leaves others wrong without telling or correcting the mistake, just because he is lazy to deal with a problem. But not with introverts. They will say what they think without hesitation. For example, when a teacher or lecturer is explaining something but he feels something is missing, he will definitely deliver it. But unfortunately, this is not uncommon to end up debating with others. These characteristics also appear when they meet people they don't like or are being unkind about. He will say it out loud and leave because they don't like it. 41. Wise. The end point of a thought is wisdom. This is the level achieved by people who think a lot, and introverts are heavy thinkers who make them very quickly get wisdom in themselves. They will understand the best solution for each problem, and will certainly get the best choice of actions that must be taken. Introverted traits are also found because they usually can see a problem from various points of view, so that sometimes someone who is considered wrong by someone else can be right in this personality point of view. 42. Good leader. Often they do not understand their own abilities. They sometimes need to be faced with a situation to realize that they are capable and maybe even very capable. As with leading, it is the wisdom above that underlies this. As a leader, introverts aren't too comfortable dealing with feelings. Be all based on logic and the best possible. This caused no nepotism and other deviations in his leadership. 43. They doubt strangers and find it difficult to get close. Introverts are closed, even very closed about themselves. They prefer to discuss a common problem or the problems of the interlocutors, then find a solution. Sometimes they also look so quiet as cannot be disturbed. Mysteriously, that's probably the best word. This mysterious and cold nature that makes them shunned and alienated by others. But they aren't afraid, uncomfortable, or lonely, but they like it. 44. Very loyal. Their days are always filled with hobbies, obsessions, ideals, and targets. Maybe this is what forms the characteristics of this one. They do not want to get too caught up with feelings. They have difficulty understanding and engaging with feelings. It's better to spend a lot of books to read than to deal with feelings. But if you already feel in love, surely that person is very lucky. He will be invited to develop and achieve dreams rather than playing unclear feelings. That is what makes it very difficult to be a friend or partner, because they usually have to smell logic and thought. 45. See details. The latter is rather unique. Introverts see details, but sometimes the details are not important. Such as ants, black spots, wrong items, and stains on the glass. All that can get their full attention. If you have this type of personality, maybe you will realize where you will think hard, even very hard, like thinking about a broad and complicated conspiracy, but actually you are thinking about why ants can walk alone in front of you, or why ants can line up so neatly. Being in this type of personality is not a disaster or disaster. Based on the characteristics above, we can see that we are only different and unique on one side. Some of us can even change the world with imagination and thought. If you find this video is useful, share it to your friends and press the thumbs up button. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos like this and much more. Check out my playlist and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.